Go! Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most iconically fun and creative sequences to open The Simpsons. Number 30, Having Friends Over. This Season 4 gem is widely considered one of the best episodes of The Simpsons for how it epitomizes the show's comedic style, satire, and world building. It helps that the opening sequence foreshadows how the ensemble is also used effectively. After the Simpsons gather on the couch with no fuss, they're swarmed by almost all of their peers. The sequence is brief, but a clever nod to how overwhelming it can be to have guests for at-home TV viewing. In retrospect, it also signals the show's shift from being a family sitcom to a farce that draws on all of Springfield. Something as small as a joke about big crowds can really mean a lot.
I think it's full, sir.
That's ridiculous!
Number 29, There's Wood Everywhere. With a change to HD in Season 20, came many changes to The Simpsons intro. This includes Homer no longer avoiding Marge's car after coming home, but getting knocked through an oak door in the garage. It wasn't until Season 37, with the show's 800th episode, that we see the immediate aftermath.
How are you just sitting there? Your mom hit me with her car! She smashed me through a solid oak door! How could you not see me in the garage?
A bloodied and splintered Homer limps to the couch to confront his family about ignoring the car accident. This boldly knocks the audience out of the inconsequential fantasy of slapstick comedy. Thankfully, Homer's rant is so over the top that even the dark comedy is a riot. Just be sure to take this kind of injury seriously in real life, as if we needed 17 years to figure that out.
There's wood everywhere in me. Why the hell was Maggie in the front seat?
Number 28, Frink's Shrink Ray. Professor John Frink's gadgets do cause quite a bit of trouble. When the Simpsons come home to find him sitting on their couch, he zaps them with a shrink ray and leaves. The miniaturized family is left to travel a relatively great and perilous distance to get to the couch. In the end, Snowball II chases them into a mouse hole and the mousetrap therein. The gag isn't really as dark as it sounds. It's really a fun sequence of epic sci-fi adventure with a jarring punchline. While Season 22 did face some backlash for cementing a trend of supersized couch gags, this one was just big enough to leave viewers genuinely impressed. Number 27, Homer's Body. It was surreal enough when we ventured into Mr. Burns in the Treehouse of Horror episode In the Belly of the Boss. Another Fantastic Voyage parody takes an even more dazzling turn when Marge's car knocks Homer into his own mouth. This leads to an industrial labyrinth full of his loved ones and strange creatures. It's a creepy concept, but an enchanting execution thanks to Mikhail Sorcha's experimental 2.5D animation. The family lands on Homer's tiny couch-shaped brain, then fades into his actual body on the actual couch. There's something nice about that being what's on Homer's mind, even if what's going on in the rest of his anatomy bends your brain.
Oh, you little...
Number 26, MC Escher. Fans consider this one of the most iconic couch gags for it being a real work of art. Real, in that it's based on MC Escher's 1953 print, Relativity, the masterpiece of his impossible construction style. A seemingly ordinary couch gag scene pans out to show the Simpsons converging from a gravity-defying maze of stairs. In hindsight, it seems like an obvious parody for a running gag all about creatively experimenting with a house, but it's so beautifully done that viewers have spent a lot of time examining the architecture of a sight gag that only lasts 4 seconds.
It's like a conspiracy.
Never underestimate the art of a good spoof. Number 25, The Game of Life. Milton Bradley managed to turn the cynical realities of life into fun for the whole family. The Simpsons did the same by spoofing the Game of Life to recap the Odyssey of Homer.
What the... Well, this is a no-brainer. Woohoo!
The game board takes him from a cool kid with the wife of his dreams to a stressed-out, deeply indebted father of 3. Their only salvation is, of course, the couch. That is, until they're visited by the Grim Reaper, or in a later version, Grandpa. Homer's family have always won over audiences with their entertaining honesty about how life can turn out, but this admission that the Game of Life did it long before them brings a charming spin to the formula.
Now what?
Number 24, John Kricfalusi. Before retiring in Scandal, John Kricfalusi was one of the biggest names in animation for his edgy surrealism.
Hey, what's happening to me?
There's certainly no mistaking his style as a guest animator for this couch gag, nor is there mistaking his comedic style in Homer aggressively making Marge get him a beer, before getting so mad at Bart's whoopee cushion that his peanut brain pops out.
Beer!
The Ren and Stimpy creator takes the satire of suburban naivety to his own nuclear extreme. He also seems to be playing on his infamous criticism of the writing on The Simpsons. This resolution to the long feud may not be very warm, but the hilariously unhinged self-parody is favored by animation enthusiasts. Number 23, The Flintstones on the Couch. The pinnacle of the modern animated sitcom has never denied its Stone Age roots. In fact, Season 4 opens up with the Simpsons coming home to find the Flintstones already seated on their couch. It was a striking symbolic expression of what audiences already knew, that The Simpsons was far from the first cartoon to arguably appeal to adults more than children. But with Fred Flintstone greeting the actual homeowners with a friendly wave, this gag feels less like self-deprecation than a passing of the torch. When the sequence was recycled in syndication for Season 8, it was to gloat about The Simpsons breaking the record for the longest-running animated sitcom. Number 22, Get Smart. This parody of the Hollywood spy genre at least took its iconic opening credits sequence seriously. So too does The Simpsons with its loving homage to the opening credits of Get Smart. Homer recreates Maxwell Smart's confident stride through a series of secret doors to Irving Sass-Mary's infectious theme song. And when he finally drops through the payphone trapdoor, he's deposited on the couch next to his family. There's not much parody to this regularly reused sequence, but the cool and tight twist on an iconic scene was a smart move. Homer's slick entrance perfectly gets you hyped up to watch his show, and maybe some Get Smart afterwards. Number 21, Game of Couches. Game of Thrones was already a pop culture phenomenon going into its second season. The Simpsons got in on the hype with a parody intro that really didn't seem that irreverent. Complete with Ramin Djawadi's unmistakable score, the iconic opening credits of Game of Thrones is reenacted with an animated map of Springfield. The residents also pop up in Westeros costuming, with the couch standing as their very own Iron Throne. The ambitious sequence is so beautifully detailed that it expresses the Simpsons team as genuine fans of HBO's fantasy epic. As much as audiences could relate in 2012, the real couch gag will never get old. Number 20, Maggie Has the Remote. Bill Plimpton's surreal animation style has produced several unique couch gags over the years on The Simpsons. Most notably, his third contribution hit the sweet spot between his own style and the show's. With The Simpsons on the couch, Maggie takes control of the TV remote, transporting the family to new locations each time she changes the channel. As the visuals and music intensify, they finally return home, and Maggie throws the remote at the TV. The sequence is reminiscent of a Season 14 couch gag in which Homer channel surfs through history, but Plimpton's artistic twist enhances the iconic intro, keeping viewers firmly locked in. Number 19, Robot Chicken. Various guest artists have pushed the boundaries of traditional animation for The Simpsons intro. All bets were off when the team behind Robot Chicken took over. After Homer is knocked through the house by Marge's car, he awakens in the sketch show's stop-motion format.
What the? Ah!
Making the most of becoming an action figure, Homer goes on a rampage, blowing up Flanders, squashing Mr. Burns, and beating Otto in a drag race. It's the perfect use of the town's characters in Robot Chicken's chaotic dark comedy style. It's wrapped up with the actual Robot Chicken strapping the Simpsons to their couch for the start of the episode.
Hey, put the chicken one back on!
Number 18, 3 Takes. Couch gags continue to become more elaborate as the years pass. However, it would appear that early sequences were still as complicated enough for some wild bloopers. In In a Season 5 classic, the Simpsons collide in 3 filming outtakes. They shatter to pieces in the first, morph together in the second, and explode in the third, never actually making it to the couch. Though the animation was experimental, the sequence was strikingly fast-paced. It was a fairly shocking and bizarre gag for that era of the show. After all these years, it's still one of the funniest. Number 17, 500 episodes. Between recycled sequences and abridged intros, The Simpsons didn't reach 500 couch gags within 500 episodes. However, a celebration was still in order. At Long Last Leave opens with the first couch gag ever, followed by an epic montage of clips and frames from all the ones that followed. The Simpsons then gather one last time before the image pans out to reveal a collage of couch pranks, arranged to form the number 500. This work was worthy of the milestone in 2012. Even though the collage shatters to reveal Homer strangling Bart, the retrospective moment still says a lot about how essential the couch gag is and has always been to the show's long-running brand. Number 16, TikTok.
Wake up in the morning feeling like P.
Hey, what up?
Kesha's TikTok was one of the biggest party anthems of 2009, and even The Simpsons got down to the club banger.
I'm talking pedicure on our toes, trying on all our clothes.
An entire intro was dedicated to the town of Springfield lip-syncing the song. The elaborate sequence was part of Fox Rocks, a 2010 event where the network's shows featured varying musical numbers. The choreographed opening really captured the spirit of Kesha's jam and Springfield's colorful cast members, while also sticking to the show's pop culture savviness. It was also a more wholesome dance party than the one Homer secretly hosted into Surreal with Love.
Who wants feet steak?
Number 15, Future Family Portraits. Even if The Simpsons doesn't always nail the future, the predictions make for interesting visuals. In a 2006 couch gag, a photographer snaps a lovely portrait of the Simpsons family. Then, a slideshow of photos over the next 7 years suggest a bleak and bizarre future. Homer is dead by 2008, and Marge remarries Lenny, but in 2010, Lenny and Carl apparently get custody of the kids. And then Marge and Jimbo get together. In 2012, Homer returns to the family as a robot, which is fine because everyone is robotized the following year. Thankfully, in real life, 2013 came and went without everyone becoming robots. But few couch gags have gotten fans thinking like these eerie snapshots. Number 14, The Simpsons of Belleville. The renowned work of Sylvain Chomet is a very different style of adult animation compared to The Simpsons.
Oh, stupid views.
The French illustrator captivated Matt Groening so much that he was invited to draw a couch gag. In the surreal style of the triplets of Belleville, Chomet portrays Homer eating snails, while Marge looks for Maggie and Bart attempts to make foie gras the hard way. When Homer grabs an extra escargot off the TV, it's revealed where Maggie was all along. Chomet's incorporation of French stereotypes is hilariously absurd and over the top. The bizarrely beautiful animation creates an opening scene that's as striking as it is haunting. Number 13, Eric Goldberg. Eric Goldberg has been a lead or supervising animator for some of the most iconic Disney characters since the 90s.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck.
There was no mistaking his whimsical style when he created a couch gag that paid tribute to Disney classics such as Steamboat Willie, Cinderella, The Jungle Book, and even Fantasia. The sequence was as magical and funny as fans of both Disney and The Simpsons would have hoped. It may have also been another Simpsons premonition. 3 years after the gag's premiere in 2016, Disney announced their purchase of the majority of 20th Century Fox assets, including The Simpsons.
Now, family, put on the mouse ears. You only get one chance to make a first impression.
But Goldberg proved it to be a perfect fit first. Number 12, Couch, a Love Story. Bill Plimpton's tenure as a Simpsons animator started with a love letter to the couch gag's namesake. In a surreal alternative origin story, Homer literally falls in love with his anthropomorphized couch. After Marge comes along and steals Homer's affection, his heartbroken ex falls into a downward spiral. Don't worry, it all ends happily, with the remorseful Homer giving the couch, and their chair baby, a home. The short film is every bit as strange as it sounds. Plimpton stays true to the show's irreverence, but his beautiful animation and poetic storytelling are remarkably moving. His work has all the makings of a classic couch gag and is an artful tribute to furniture we all take for granted. Number 11. Banksy. The Simpsons has never been afraid to criticize corporate practices, even those of their own network. And the anonymous British artist known as Banksy tends to be very direct with his iconoclastic illustrations. Put them together, and you get one dark but very memorable couch gag. An intro teasing Banksy's graffiti tags transgresses into a peek inside a 20th Century Fox studio where workers mass-produce couch gags in a dangerous sweatshop. Animals are slaughtered to create merchandise. Some viewers felt the spoof was too dark, but apparently the storyboards were even sadder. Overall, it was a bold statement from a subversive artist. Number 10. Rick and Morty. An appropriately science-themed episode of The Simpsons opened with a surprise for adult cartoon fans. As soon as the Simpsons sit on their couch, Rick and Morty Sanchez's spaceship crashes into their living room, splattering them everywhere.
You killed the entire Simpsons, Morty! They're a beloved family, Morty!
A panicked Morty is sent to clone the Simpsons while Rick wanders the house, eventually discovering that the family's DNA was contaminated with his own.
Huh, wow. Hey, Morty, little tip. Don't clean DNA vials with your spit.
It's a lengthy gag, but the Rick and Morty animation team perfectly showcases their pop culture awareness and hilarious shock sci-fi style. The couch gag became a favorite amongst viewers of both shows, and we have to agree when the Bart-Rick crossover blurts out,
No more guest animators, man.
This hybrid is tough to top. Number 9. The Couch Gag, Part 1 of 6. Matt Groening is a known fan of the fantasy genre. So when the Hobbit trilogy was released, a couch gag paid a remarkably faithful tribute to Tolkien's story and Peter Jackson's creation. The Simpsons family embarks on a sweeping quest from Springfield to find the comfy couch. Along the way, they encounter their friends as Middle-earth characters. The crossover is perfect, as are a few hilarious jabs at the ultimate fantasy franchise. Despite all the endless walking, this spoof is distinguished by its level of detail in the animation designs. It's a genuinely epic minute and a half. It's also one of the few timely couch gags to be this timelessly entertaining.
What about us, man?
Get your own couch.
Number 8. Musicville, A Silly Symphony. Disney enthusiasts will be familiar with the visually and musically rich Silly Symphony shorts of the 30s. The Silly Symphony gag pays homage to 1935's Musicland in particular. In fact, Lisa liberating Springfield from Mr. Burns' classical music tyranny is an almost exact adaptation of the original short's premise. But Musicville is a swinging improvisation, playing to the absurd humor and personalities of beloved Simpsons characters. They really seem to harmonize with the instruments they're adorably animated as. Musically and artistically, it's an infectious composition for music, Simpsons, and Disney fans alike. Number 7. The Day of the Couch. What about all the other couches on The Simpsons? The opening to Marge's son poisoning finally brings Springfield's furniture to the forefront, though not in a way anyone expected. Before the Simpsons can sit on their sofa, it bears monstrous teeth and begins chasing them. It's then revealed that couches across Springfield have attained sentience for a gruesome uprising. It's a boldly surreal horror show, and it's kind of awesome. Moe also gets a notable time to shine when he stands his ground against his own tavern booths and bar stools. The spectacle of carnivorous couches is thankfully far out, but it is one way to promote appreciation. Or is that fear for your furniture? Number 6. Circus Line. The 1992 episode Lisa's First Word was an event even from its opening sequence. There have been some pretty elaborate couch gags by then, but the Simpson family put on a real show when they formed a kick line in front of the couch, and the walls lifted up to reveal an enormous circus set piece. It was a big breakthrough in animation for the show and immediately became an iconic sequence. With its showmanship and concise length, it went on to be the most reused couch gag The Simpsons ever produced. There have been much loftier ventures since this technical achievement, but the circus line's ambition and charm really drew a crowd. Number 5. Lazy Rider. Illustrator Steve Cutt's affinity for comic book style and classic cartoons made for a unique and original couch gag. After throwing on a pair of sunglasses, Homer rides his couch into a slick opening credit sequence styled after an 80s action show. As the muscled-up Joe Kaz Kaczynski, Homer and his couch sidekick blow up some baddies, to Paul Engman's Scarface Push It to the Limit.
Push it to the limit.
It's Miami Vice meets Knight Rider, with a few other 80s Easter eggs thrown in. There are a lot of hilarious and undeniably cool visuals throughout the fast-paced minute and a half. Despite its length, online views and audience response suggests that there's no pushing Lazy Rider to any limit.
Damn reruns.
Number 4. Powers of 10. The Eames brothers reduced the universe to a single atom in less than 10 minutes in Powers of 10. This mind-blowing science documentary was replicated in one of The Simpsons' most out-there couch gags. The shot pans out of the Simpsons' house into infinity, while Strauss's cosmic anthem, also Sprach Zarathustra, plays on. The zoom out finally reveals that the entire universe is contained within one of Homer's molecules, proving him as the star of their world after all. His response to this incredible revelation? Simply,
wow.
Although when the gag was recycled, he says cool or weird. Either way, it is a mesmerizing homage to the Powers of 10 and says a lot about the unpredictable genius of The Simpsons. Number 3. Guillermo del Toro. A master of horror and fairy tale retellings, Guillermo del Toro was a natural choice for the opening to 2013's Treehouse of Horror 24. It follows the same basic structure as the average Simpsons intro, but with a horror twist. In a short time frame, del Toro manages to cram in references to classic and modern horror and sci-fi, including all of his own films. When Lisa falls through a hole in the couch, del Toro acknowledges how similar Pan's Labyrinth is to Alice in Wonderland. These Easter eggs make for a highly rewatchable display of this filmmaker's self-awareness and encyclopedic pop culture enthusiasm. More than that, it's one of the most entertaining couch gags to date. Number 2. The Sampsons. As one of the most acclaimed animators of his generation, Don Hertzfeldt has a notorious disdain for commercial appeal, and there's certainly no accusing him of selling out with his mad but brilliant couch gag. A time travel remote sends Homer to the year 10,535, where the Simpsons family had become distraught mutants in a crude cartoon purgatory. It's an audacious satire of the Simpsons' longevity, steeped in futuristic horror. Are sitcoms doomed to be reduced to an amorphous cycle of catchphrases and advertising?
I am Simpsons man!
Hertzfeldt's disconcerting vision clearly isn't for everyone, but it is as artistically daring and thought-provoking as any couch gag produced on the show.
If you love games, be sure to check out WatchMojo's new game, Terrible Influence. Just launched for purchase at terribleinfluence.com. Terrible Influence is a satirical board game about the dark side of fame from the writer of The Most Popular Girls in School and us, WatchMojo.
Boom. I can make an apology video.
Oh, you so would.
Click on the link in the description to check out the game and be the first to play Terrible Influence.
Number 1. The Homer Evolution. As long as The Simpsons has been around, it's satirized nearly every facet of the human condition. That includes human evolution. A simply perfect couch gag traces Homer's entire ancestry back to a single-celled organism. The literal trek through time is a phenomenally animated and visually hilarious epic. There's also evidence that Mo is a de-evolution in humanity. In the end, the Homer sapien is welcomed home with,
What took you so long?
The alternate line,
Did you bring the milk?
perfectly sums up mankind's struggles after eons of survival. True, a crash course in evolution is one of the longest couch gags ever, but with educational spectacle and brilliant existential jokes, it's arguably the best ever too. Which couch gag helps you cozy up to The Simpsons? Take a seat in the comments below.